The year was 3421, and humanity had barely begun to stretch its reach into the stars. The Galactic Collective, a union of thousands of civilizations spanning entire sectors of the galaxy, considered humans a primitive and impulsive species, little more than a curiosity. Yet for all their technological superiority, none could predict the ingenuity of a human mind. Captain Aria Voss, 30 years old and known for her daring missions and unorthodox strategies, stood on the bridge of the starship Aurora, staring into the infinite darkness outside the viewport. Stars sparkled like distant diamonds scattered across an endless canvas of black, indifferent to the struggles of those who traveled among them. And yet, Aria felt the pull of destiny. Humanity was young, fragile, and underestimated, but that very fact made them dangerous. The ship's hull vibrated slightly as sublight engines hummed. A holographic map hovered in front of Aria, displaying the lost colony on Arinda 4. Green swirls represented the planet's dense atmosphere, dotted with red warnings indicating areas of potential danger. "Lieutenant Cade," Aria called, her voice calm but sharp. "Tell me again why everyone thinks this mission is impossible." Lieutenant Joran Cade, a lean man with sharp eyes and a quiet confidence, sighed. "Captain, the colony hasn't transmitted signals in over 70 years. Records suggest it was abandoned, or perhaps destroyed, by the Collective during the Third Expansion Wars. Whatever remains could be anything. Hostile fauna, rogue machines, traps designed to kill, even remnants of the Collective itself. We have no backup, and no immediate extraction plan if things go south." Aria smiled faintly. "Danger isn't new to humans, Joran. Our ancestors thrived because they adapted, because they refused to accept the impossible as final. That's what makes us human. That's why we're here." He shook his head, a mixture of admiration and exasperation. "You really believe we can handle it?" "I don't believe it, I know it," Aria replied, turning her gaze back to the planet below. Thick clouds swirled in violent storms, their flashes of electricity illuminating the landscape for brief moments. Below, mountains and cliffs rose like jagged teeth, forests glowed faintly with bioluminescence, and rivers shimmered with strange mineral-rich waters. It was beautiful, terrifying, and utterly alien. And it was waiting for them. The Aurora descended through the storm, buffeted by high winds and lightning strikes. The ship groaned under the pressure, and for a moment, even Aria felt a flicker of fear, a reminder that humanity was fragile. But fear, she reminded herself, was only a tool. It sharpened focus, honed instincts, and made one appreciate every decision. "Engage landing stabilizers," she ordered. "We're going in slow. Nothing we do up there matters if we can't set foot on solid ground." The landing was rough. The hull screeched and rattled as the stabilizers fought against the turbulence, but Aria guided the ship with precision born of countless missions. When they finally touched the alien soil, the team remained strapped in, bracing against the jolt. Slowly, they released themselves, stepping into a world that had been untouched by humans for generations. The air hit them first, thick, humid, and tinged with an electric scent. It made their lungs burn slightly as they drew it in. Every inhalation carried hints of strange vegetation, minerals, and something else, something faintly metallic that suggested both life and danger. Boots sank into spongy moss that seemed almost sentient, shifting slightly with each step. Around them, trees twisted impossibly toward the stormy sky, their glowing veins illuminating the mist in eerie patterns. The planet was alive in a way that made every human instinct scream caution. "Stay alert," Aria whispered, her hand resting on the grip of her sidearm. "We are not alone here. Whatever lives in this forest is watching us." It wasn't long before the planet announced itself. The ground trembled beneath their feet, subtle at first, then with increasing intensity. From the mist emerged a creature unlike anything Joran had ever catalogued. Towering over him, its translucent skin revealed pulsating veins that glowed with molten light. Its eyes were enormous, unblinking, and golden, reflecting the faint luminescence of the Aurora's landing lights. "By the Collective," Joran muttered, fumbling with a small EMP device. "Captain, what do we do?" "Improvise," Aria replied, tossing the device in the creature's direction. A pulse of electromagnetic energy erupted, causing it to screech, a sound like metal grinding against stone, and recoil into the shadows. The humans had survived their first encounter, but the lesson was clear. Arinda 4 was alive, intelligent, and hostile. They pressed forward through the forest, moving slowly to avoid detection. Every branch seemed to twitch at their passage. Every leaf shimmered as if sensing their presence. The bioluminescent flora pulsed rhythmically, sending waves of faint light across the underbrush, revealing glimpses of movement in the distance. Aria's mind raced. Every step, every observation was a calculation. She knew that in a world this hostile, thinking was their greatest weapon. Hours passed. The forest seemed endless, but eventually, they stumbled upon the ruins of the colony they had come to investigate. Buildings made of reinforced alloy and glass lay half-buried beneath the alien flora, cracked and worn by centuries of storms. Windows were shattered, walls scorched, and the silence was oppressive. It was as if the world itself had swallowed the colony whole, leaving only whispers of human ambition behind. Aria moved through the ruins with a practiced eye, searching for signs of life, or evidence of what had destroyed it. "Remember," she said to her team, "we are explorers first, soldiers second. We observe, we record, and we survive. Whatever happened here, it will try to do the same to us." A sudden noise, a metallic clatter from the building ahead, made them freeze. Shadows shifted, and then something moved, a small creature. No larger than a human child, but with limbs too long and eyes too bright, stared at them from the broken doorway. It cocked its head curiously, then vanished before anyone could react. Joran exhaled shakily. It's watching us. All of it is watching us." Aria nodded. "And that is exactly why we must be ready. They may not understand humans yet, but they will soon learn that underestimating us is a mistake." She paused, scanning the ruins. "Let's set up a temporary camp here. We'll analyze the structures, take readings, and start piecing together what happened. Every second we spend observing is a second closer to survival." As night fell over Arinda 4, the forest glowed with an otherworldly light, painting the ruins in shades of green and gold. The storm above had settled into a quiet drizzle, but the tension in the air was palpable. Around the camp, faint noises echoed, chirps, hums, and the occasional low growl from unseen predators. Yet, despite the danger, Aria felt something stirring within her crew, a sense of purpose, of potential. Humanity had arrived, not just to explore, but to endure, to adapt, and to prove that even in a galaxy that doubted them, they could rise above any challenge.